Alright, how you going, mate? So I'm just going to quickly show you how to style text, basically. So just bear with me a second. I punched the shit out of my PC. It sounds like it anyway, doesn't it? Oh, where am I? Hang on, I've got a mess. Let me clear my desk here for a second. Alright, that's a bit better. I just do body straight away every time because it's just a habit. Okay, so where are we? Body. I'm just going to stick header, main, footer in here. Okay, so in my main I'm going to style a paragraph and a header. So H1. It's just going to be heaps easier to do this than trying to explain it, because I understand it gets a bit frustrating. And I was a learner once too, believe it or not. I was actually quite slow. Okay, so I'll do multiple paragraphs actually. How about that? We'll do 2 of them. Hang on, if I can get my stuff to work. So as you can see, we've got 2 headers and 2 paragraphs. We will save that. Oh, hang on. And I'll just save that as QWERTY. Oh, whatever. That way I can see it. And as you can see, I've got I'm a heading, I'm a paragraph, I'm a heading, I'm a paragraph. So up here, we will style our header, which will be our font size. Obviously it says what font size it is. And I'll make that 70 pixels. Now that's going to do both headers, right? Because we're pulling the H1. And as you can see, that's done that, right? We will now change the color to red. And that'll do both. Now if you add a class, in there like so, and we just save that, and we come up here and we call our class heading that we just made, and then we go font size, we'll say 110 pixels, we'll make it really big, and a color of purple. Alright. And as you can see, let's just change that one heading. Okay? And the same thing will happen with the paragraphs. If we were to say, pull your P tag, and we say do that, we'll change this to say, oh, I don't know, it's got to be different sizes, see, 40 pixels, and we'll change this to pink. Save. So both of my paragraphs are going to go and be styled at the same time, as you can see. Now with this padding, I'll bring this padding in, we can go 0px, 10px, 0px, 10px. I think I've done that wrong. We'll figure this out. No, let's pull it across. See how it came across a little bit? I'll bring it over to the center. Say 400 pixels. No, it's gone the other way. Okay. So if we, obviously if we play with this, I'll show you just quickly. We go, say, 30 pixels there. We go So that's going to be top. It goes like a clock. So top, right, bottom, left. We'll go 50. It's not going to show that. And 90. As you can see, it moves it all around for you. So if we take that out of that header tag and put it in our heading, only that class will be styled. Only that one. Right? So that's what I mean about padding, and that's what I mean about your class, right? You can put 400 pixels around the entire class, like so. Obviously that's a bit big, so we'll just make it 100 just to show this example. And it's 100 pixels this way. Hang on a minute. It's not going to show up. How about I do a background color just to show what's going on, yeah. Background color blue. Hang on a minute. Oh, because we haven't given a width. Oh, I won't even bother with that. Just ignore what I just did then, alright? Okay, so there's our padding. Font style. If you've got font on your PC, you can go at font face 1, 2, 3, 4, and we go font family. Call it whatever you want. I'll call it tricky as for this example, and then we go to our source. And I've got fonts in here somewhere. Just bear with me 2 seconds. There we are. And I'll just use this font I'll use this font for an example. Okay, so this is how we're going to, our CSS has our font already. Now we can just simply call it by going font family tricky as. And as you can see, that's pulled that in there on the heading. If we want just that one class to be done, we would simply put it underneath on the class. And only that heading will be styled. I sent you a link last night with Google Fonts, which you would not do this. It would be at font family. You would just simply put the, I'll just go and do it. How about that? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Google Fonts. I'm lagging. Why am I lagging? Okay, so we'll go to visit Google Fonts now. I should already have a collection somewhere, so I'll just go down to use. What you would do is just simply scroll through here, and eventually you would find one that you want, if that makes sense. And you would like add to collection, and then you would go to use, and here's what you've just added. Sorry. I use at import, so you simply copy all that. And we put that in there. We come back here. We take that. And we copy it over the top of this. and then that changes that. That's how you call both fonts. So there's your font size, your color, your padding, and your font family done. I will show you something cool, okay? I'll show you how to do a shadow. I'll show you how to do a bit of a blur effect, alright? So we're going to give this transparency. So we make that transparent. Obviously, you will not see that, right? Let's just... See, it's gone, right? But if we add a text shadow of 1px, 1px, 0px, because the last one's blur, and we'll go black, just for this example. Hang on a minute. As I said, that's blur, so I need that to be 1, I need that to be 0, and that to be 0. And that will give a more of a blurred effect, if that makes sense. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, it's starting to work. Hang on a minute. I'll go 5. Alright, there you go. That's very dramatic blur. Okay. And to show you another cool effect, you could add... Okay, we'll copy this. I mean, this will be on links and stuff like that. I'm just showing you this because it's in front of me. We will take out all of that crap and just leave your color, and we will change that to black. So we cut that, and we cut our transparency out, and we put our transparency at the back here, and at the back of heading we put hover. Now when we hover over the top of it, look at that. Pretty cool, hey? So you would do that with links and stuff like that. You could put a width in, say 300 pixels, and you would put a background color of red. I mean, I wouldn't use these basic colors. I like other colors, but whatever. So when we go over the top of it, I need to come a bit wider. Say 700. And now we can see that effect a bit better. So yeah, there's a couple of cool things you can do there. While I'm here, man, I'll show you pretty much some cool stuff. We can stick a box shadow around it of, if we want it to be all the way around, we want 0px, 0px, say 8px, and we'll do that black. See the little shadow around the edge? I'll bring that out just a little bit. Hang on a second. I forgot I had padding. Yeah, that's a bugger, isn't it? I would have to play with that because I've given padding all the way around it, see? And this is what I was talking about before with using these. Because sometimes you need to style, like sometimes you don't want it that big, right? Sometimes you only want it that big, if that makes sense. We can also add to that by putting a comma and an inset. Same thing again, 0px, 0px, say 10px, and we'll do that green. And now when we hover over it, you're going to have a shadow not only on the edge, as you can see there, but also inside as well. Can you see that? Looks pretty hot. We'll take out that now, because you need to understand what the zeros do. So I'll put an 8 there. And as you can see, it's pulled it more to the right. It looks like a light's on the left shining across to the right. If we wanted to have a bit more downfall, we would use that. And now it's going to look like it's up higher. Can you see that? That looks pretty cool, huh? I mean, it's a bit dramatic, and I don't like it. I prefer to use, say, 2px by 8px blur, or maybe we get 5, because 8's a bit much. And that'll give it just that nice shadow, as you can see. Looks hot, hey? Box shadow, text shadow. Yeah, I think that'll conclude this for the moment, mate. Otherwise, I'll just overwhelm you. Yeah, so if you want to style just the one header or one paragraph, you would put your class in that and style that, if that makes sense. If you want to style all paragraphs or all H1s, then you would just pull the one H1, because that will style all of them. If you've just got, say, oh, I don't know, blah, 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 in there, and you haven't got a paragraph or anything like that, then you would simply just pull your footer tag. We would grab all of this, stick it in there, and as you can see, it's styled that. Yeah, so basically, whatever you're in, you would call that. I mean, at the moment, I think you are doing divs. Divs are cool. I like divs. But eventually, you're going to learn a newer form of HTML, which is what I'm using here: header, main, footer. It's just easier. And you've got like sections as well. I won't confuse you, but sections are the same as divs, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully I didn't move too fast for you. I'll just put that code there for you so you can see it clearer. And yeah, any questions, man, like seriously, there is no such thing as a stupid question. Don't feel bad in any way or form. I was a learner once too, mate, and shit, I've been doing this stuff for a long time, so... And I used to ask my mate some random questions, like how do I get pictures to show up on my wall, and how do I get videos to work, and how do I get them to work on the internet, and all this other crazy stuff. But, you know, so there's some pretty stupid questions right there that I asked. So yeah, don't be shy, mate. Hit me up. I'm always here. If I'm not far away. So, yeah, peace out. I'll talk to you soon.